Okay, man, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go now. Come on, now crank this motherfucker up.
Break it down like this.
Hello, Internet. Gino, that Penguino Grieco here again with another episode of Deep Listens. And today, we all, in honor of tax season, committed tax evasion with Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. Yay! Joining me, as always, to discuss all things video games, one Pete Busby. How you doing, Pete? Are your taxes done?
They are. I don't do my own taxes. My father's kind enough to do them for me, despite, me being in my 30s and whatnot. And look, I don't want to sound like a scold, but I've seen very little trading volume on the Deep Listens coin thus far. And it's not a big deal, y'all, but come on. Are we a community or aren't we?
For some reason, we didn't advertise it. I can't imagine why.
I do actually have a real fun fact this week. I'm not going to do this Bitcoin bit every week. This one comes from my girlfriend, actually. She was kind enough to share a fun fact with us for this week. So have you all ever heard of Kevinism in Germany?
No.
It's not Calvinism?
No, that's a different thing, but we can also talk
different
about that if
person.
you'd like. Yes.
Okay.
So Kevinism, or Kevinismus, I guess that's the German version, is the negative perception German people have of people with the name Kevin.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a documented thing. It's not just Kevin. It's for Germans with like trendy, foreign-sounding names. So it's called Kevinism because it came from like the early 90s when Home Alone came out, and all of a sudden tons of Germans were being named Kevin, which isn't a German name. It's an Anglo-American name. And this turned into a whole sort of social thing where Germans don't like people with trendy, exotic-sounding names. Kevinism. Also known as Chantelism, for the French equivalent, the French name Chantel.
Interesting. So it's just good old-fashioned xenophobia, but for names.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's a fun little Home Alone connection, too.
Yeah. Look, if those wet bandits had captured that child, then there wouldn't be so many Kevins in Germany.
Why did they call them the Wet Bandits?
They were so slippery.
Is that it, really?
I think they ran the like sink or something. Like they broke in when there were plumbing fixes going on or something.
Okay.
I think was the thing. But also they are very slippery.
Oh, yeah. They leave the water running after they rob the house.
Just to be dicks?
Yeah, that's their calling card.
That's their
they're
calling
evil.
card. All right.
Thanks, Joe Pesci. That other voice you've heard is the mistress of games herself, M. Palladino. How you doing, M?
Hello. I'm doing okay. I haven't done my taxes yet because I don't have to have them done for another month, so I figured I might as
True.
well wait until the last minute. It seems like if you do your taxes this year, it's going to be delivered to a smoking hole in the ground. So I'm waiting to see if there's anyone who's going to give me my tax return or not before I file them.
Yeah, it does seem as though there's a decent shot that everyone's taxes and tax returns will be massively delayed this year, even if you were the first person to file.
Yeah. Not looking good.
Why, is something going on?
No, don't worry about
I
it.
don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It's probably fine. It's not actually fine. It's Pete, I'm sorry to say this. I was being sarcastic. It's not actually fine.
I'm going to have to check the news then. Obviously, some things are going on I haven't heard about.
Yeah, Turnip Boy has the right idea, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see. We will discuss this game and more throughout the course of the podcast. But before we do so, our normal plugs, you can get in touch with the show, deeplistenspodcast@gmail.com or deeplistens.libsyn.com. That's our comment section. You can go to the website, and then we've got comment sections on every episode. You can also support the show on patreon.com/deeplistens, which would get you access to our Discord, where you can talk to the hosts of this show and Off the Deep End. You can get in on all of our weird community events that we have. And at $3, you can listen to the OG Soncast, which Pete, what are you covering now?
We are covering Big O.
Yeah, so Big O is coming, and Boogie Pop Phantom just went up, so that's cool. Em, did you have a Big O comment?
I was asking when that was going to happen because I thought it happened already.
Nope, hasn't happened yet, and that is a great question. We will make sure to let our listeners know when we know when it's happening.
Just curious. Don't
Like
mean to call you
clockwork.
out.
Like clockwork, the OG Soncast comes out, and everyone loves it.
Yep.
And the other thing is, if we get a scant, I want to say it's like 7 or 8 more patrons with OG Soncast people counting twice, we will be at 50 patrons, which would force us to play Duke Nukem Forever on the main show.
Heck yeah.
Which is maybe one of the more reprehensible games we will have ever played for this show.
Well, most definitely.
You could do that to us, and then Off the Deep End would have to play Lunar Dragon song, which I'm told is bad. But I don't think it's misogynistic drivel. So, you decide which one is worse. But yeah, I already mentioned the Discord. Why don't we check out what's going on over there in the Discord report?
Wait. Not yet. No, not yet. No, not yet. Before we do the Discord report, I wanted to say that if you are listening to this podcast and you enjoy it, you should leave us a 5-star review on your podcast app of choice.
Yeah.
Other shows that I listen to do this every episode. They ask them to review it, and we never do that. We have. How long have we been doing this? Several years.
Many.
Maybe.
A number of years, and we have like maybe twice asked for reviews. I'm thinking of getting it going.
Discord report.
So, the Discord report. This week on the Discord, there are things happening on the Discord, including a messed up house. Did you see the house that was in Assorted Memory today, Gino?
We got a new messed up house.
New messed up house?
Oh, God.
It's so white.
How many stripper poles?
None. But what if, okay, Pete, what if every room only used 2 colors?
Yeah.
White or black?
Lord.
What if it was black and white?
Is this a shower or a highlight court in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Do you like the really long shower?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Do you like the Cybertruck parked in the front?
Oh, of course. I didn't get to that yet, but now that you've said it, it makes perfect sense. And what is this like? Like, okay, first off, I think the bed's just a mattress on the ground.
Sure is.
But the headboard is like the nave of a church that they somehow stuffed in there.
I like how the entertainment
Very
center
strange.
is just a wall with a flower on it, with no television. They've just set up.
Not entertained.
Are there skylights in the floors?
We only had one TV, and it went in this like movie room looking thing.
Yeah.
I
like that the movie room just has a picture of the house on the movie room. Also,
yeah,
you probably don't want your movie room to be white with white reflective floors.
Can you imagine keeping this place clean too?
Oh, when all the surfaces are hosable.
That's true.
But like,
at least there's a urinal in the bathroom.
Why is there there's a glass skylight built into the floor of one of these floors? But it's like otherwise a normal room.
Into another section of the house, which is so strange.
It doesn't have great light in that room.
All of it horrible.
Yeah. If you want to see this house, join the Discord. Other things,
we post nightmarish houses there now.
yeah. Sometimes they just come up. Other things in the Discord, the Lilo and Stitch live action movie is coming out. Did you know about this?
I did. I was in Hawaii. People mentioned it.
Whoa! Did you see Lilo or Stitch?
I did not. I kept asking, and everybody was like, "Stop asking us that."
So ZP posted some screenshots and then said the humans look good, the non-Lilo aliens are disgusting. And I looked at the screenshots that ZP posted and I was like, ZP, do you think the blue furry thing in that screenshot is the Lilo of Lilo and Stitch? And he did not answer.
We still don't know.
Yeah, still unclear. So that was pretty funny.
That was
And
pretty funny. A lot of people seem to have been playing Monster Hunter. New
yes,
one.
that was the other thing. It's come out. Seems good. They're certainly playing it. They're playing a lot of it.
Yeah, I have no ability to discern if it's good or not.
Yeah, I doubt I'm gonna pick it up just because it's a what $80 game or something.
$80?
That might be a lie. Hold on, Monster Hunter. What's this one called? Wild?
The Wilds or
Wilds?
Wild?
I just hope.
Wilds.
I mean, if
Yes.
they're only asking for $80, I hope I can at least give them some more money in microtransactions.
Good luck.
Not only
Good news,
that.
Pete.
Yeah.
Again.
Excellent.
Okay, it's a $70 game,
Oh,
but
well,
That's
also
reasonable.
you could get the deluxe edition for $90, or the premium deluxe edition for $110.
I mean, how can I afford not to?
Yeah, and all of this bonus content, which is paid for. Yeah,
So
you
that's
could pay
something.
65 additional dollars if you wanted to get all of the bonus stuff. So
Will it bring me the fulfillment that killing the monsters will?
no, nothing will do that.
Okay. Well, in that case, I don't know if I will.
Okay.
All of the DLC alongside the $70 game in a series that I don't enjoy. But thank you for letting me know the stakes with
Yeah,
Monster Hunter Wilds.
that's my plug. People have played it. So if you want to talk about that, come into the Discord and talk to other people because we're probably not going to play it.
Also, Off the Deep End is going to be covering Legend of Legaia, so there's been a lot of streams of that recently.
Mm-hmm.
It was my pick for them, so I'm looking forward to that. I will probably be on that show. All right, Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. What is this game?
Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion is a game by Snoozy Kazoo.
What a good name for a studio.
Yeah, I looked it up just to make sure I got that right. They are they're independent game studio in Western Massachusetts. And their game Turnip Boy is about a turnip who is also a boy who commits various crimes. His rap list includes tax evasion in his first game, and in the second game, he will also rob a bank. So look out for that one.
This is one
Uh,
bad turnip.
yeah, he seems like a bad dude. He's got a gun in the second one. I don't.
Oof.
He didn't have a gun in this one. Turner Boy Commits Tax Evasion is a Zelda-like, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you describe it? A very lighthearted looking animation style with some dark undertones.
Yeah, that we'll get to. It definitely
Yep.
presents as a cuddly, cute Zelda-like, simple Zelda-like. But the further in you get, the more unhinged it becomes, and dark, which I appreciated. I was expecting up front that it was going to kind of just be a goofy, internet-y Zelda-like, and then maybe a few hours in, I was like, oh, this is going for a completely different thing. Cool. Pete, what were you surprised by the tone this game took?
No, Gino, because I don't take tax evasion lightly. So I knew from the beginning this was a bad turnip.
Mm-hmm.
No, to be less facetious, although I do take tax evasion seriously. It's like a very obviously cutesy game, and then yeah, I don't think it's until you get, I don't know, at least like a third of the way, and if I'm remembering right, until things start to get a little bit more ominous.
Yeah, I would say
Mhm.
after like the first or second boss, you start.
Actually, let me amend that. There is one part at the very beginning where you steal a watering can from a poor old widower, and it's the only thing he has to remember his dead wife, and you rip it from his lemon hands.
And then you use it to solve puzzles.
Yeah,
You do. You do.
it's very important to the puzzle solving, actually.
Yeah, so let's go there. Puzzle solving. This game's got some of it. I would say the game.
Gino's given taglines for the box. Puzzles. There are some.
This is a game that is, I think, pretty judicious about its mechanics. It's got a handful of really well done mechanics, and it does not try to stray too much further than that. You've got a watering can that lets you water plants, and there are different kinds of plants you can grow. You get a sword, which lets you cut things, like swords do, but it also lets you cut bushes, like in Legend of Zelda. Um, so that's kind of a navigation piece. You get a portal gun, basically, at
Mhm.
one point.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. You get a shovel, which is just an upgrade on your sword. I think I'm
Do you
forgetting
all?
one. Forgetting another one.
Um,
There's boots to kick bombs, and then there's like gloves to push watermelons.
yeah, there are a few like environmental buffs like way down the line too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. You get like suits that help you
Yeah, yeah.
not take damage from fire. So like the puzzles, I think are pretty clever. Did you enjoy the different things they spin off of just a watering can, for example?
Gino, I would
Yes.
love to answer your question,
Okay,
but before I do, if y'all don't mind if I derail the podcast completely for a second.
that's fine.
Why not?
Yeah, the mention of swords. I'm gonna ask you a question, and I don't want too long of an answer. Let me preface that
Okay.
right now. Canonically, are keyblades sharp?
Canonically, no, they are not
Okay,
sharp. They are a blunt instrument uh, that you beat the shit out of Heartless with.
gotcha. Thank you.
That's why they don't swing with the sharp side. They swing with the blunt side.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's all I wanted. Gino, to answer your question,
Yes.
yes, especially it gets like not complicated, but like a lot more interesting, as you said, when you get the portal gun, and also when you start to get fire flowers, which
Hmm.
I don't think it's spoiling too much. I mean, it's mechanical to say like at a certain point, lighting yourself on fire becomes a major gameplay
Hmm.
mechanic. Which like that's one of those things where like you don't think of it until you do, and then you're like, I'm a genius.
Whoa.
Yeah. And what did you think about the mechanical density of this game?
That was fine. Uh, it seems like there is enough for the like 3 or 4 hours you can play this game, and not anything too extraneous. Um, like you're gonna get your sword pretty quickly, and then you're cutting through enemies, and like I think the most out of the box item you get is the portal thing, which is like it's like a potted plant that you can just
Yeah.
grow in any location, and then it links up to another one. Um, so that was like, oh, this is not something you see in every game. Uh, you see it in two main games, really, and yeah, and then there's like kick bombs around because it's a
Mhm.
Zelda like. It's fine. I have no qualms about it.
Yeah, I would say my big thing is that I enjoy that the game it has maybe two or three basic puzzles for every new
Mhm.
mechanic, and then like two or three really clever ones towards the end of each mechanic. It takes kind of that Zelda approach of like, okay, we're going to teach you how to use the new thing, then you're going to slowly expand what we're asking you to do with that mechanic, and then by the end of it, you will have mastered it. Uh, and they do a good job of combining the mechanics together. Like make a portal, objects that go through the portal maintain their momentum, so you need to angle the portals right so you can kick bombs through the portal so they come out at the right direction. Stuff like that. Or make a portal and then let fire chain through the portal in some way. Um, it is pretty clever, I think.
Mhm.
And I think it shows good discipline, like knock these few mechanics out of the park and make them usable in combat and out of combat rather than trying to just overwhelm you with content.
Yeah.
Which we played indie games that do that.
It's also, but it's probably more than the game had to do. Like you
Yes.
could
Oh
have
yeah.
sold this game purely on its aesthetic and people still would have loved it. So to have like this sort of like crisp gameplay is, it's a little bonus. The devs are working harder than they had to.
Mhm.
I really appreciate that for sure. So I think we've covered kind of like the mechanical density of the game. Like other than going around solving the puzzles in the main storyline, there's also a bunch of fetch quests. Did y'all enjoy completing those?
I I
Don't
think
mind them.
hats are one of
Yeah.
the most like satisfying gameplay rewards. If you give me a hat, like I'm willing to do some fetch quests.
What was your
Do I
favorite
have a
hat?
game for you?
Yeah, right. This is a perfect one. Probably the live bird.
um, I wish there was like a list of hats I could look at because I don't remember any of them.
I like the top hat. That was pretty good. The
Top
live
hat's
bird
good.
Mm.
also was very good.
I like the one that just cuts off your little leaves on the top of your head.
Yeah, you're just bald. Yeah.
Yeah, you're bald now.
Blue was pretty good too. Just makes your leaves blue.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it's just a fun. There are good rewards, and they reward you for checking your whole environment and trying out, mechanics on some objects that you might otherwise not think to, which I appreciate it. So the story, because like in terms of mechanical density, there's a good number of mechanics, but really, you just have to play them unless y'all have a particular standout puzzle that you wanted to shout out.
I mean, I already mentioned my self-immolation ones. I think they're the
Hmm.
coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
those are pretty good.
those are the ones that actually require you to use like a brain cell as opposed to they complete themselves. I did come to a stop at the first one. I was like, how do I get the fire from here to here?
Yeah, it's too far away.
Yeah. The answer is you must move it. Um,
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
ow, ow, ow. And then you immediately pick up a fire resistant helmet. And so you're fine. Um, other
Okay.
than that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked some of the later game teleporter puzzles. Like
Hmm.
there were a few that were pretty like multi-step and clever. Of like kick a bomb through two portals, then get a watermelon and push it through two portals, and then redo the portals so that they're angled right. Like a multi-step pushing puzzle, which was cool.
You know
Um,
which another one that I genuinely liked a lot that wasn't mechanical was the pumpkin puzzle.
yeah.
So you
Oh yeah.
basically get a series of pumpkins where it's like my brother always lies while I always tell the truth, although this one's
Hmm.
a little bit more sort of like geometric. And you have to decipher which pumpkin is like which direction to go in based on these five competing pumpkins, truths or lies. I was like, that's nice. It's not gameplay, but it's a cool little puzzle.
Did you figure out from the puzzle which way you had to go?
Not on my first try.
Yeah, because I thought I did, and then I went through it, and I was like, "Well, that was wrong," because I'm back at the start. And then that only left like two options. I was like, "I think it's up here," and so I went over there. Uh, so I don't know if that actually works or not, but you know,
Yeah,
uh,
held my interest, even if I got it
yeah.
wrong. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed. I did brute force that pumpkin puzzle, but I enjoyed the pumpkin puzzles overall. That was the final pumpkin puzzle, but there were a few other good ones leading up to that one that I liked. Um, so the story, it starts out pretty basic. You're Turnip Boy. You are told that you have committed tax evasion by not paying your taxes, and so Mayor Onion sends you out to kill some pigs that are in a farm. Basically,
Yep.
he wants you to get fertilizer.
Hmm.
In order to
What do
do
you
that, you have to get a sword.
What do you think he's gonna do with that?
Oh, with
Fertilizer.
the
Don't worry about it.
fertilizer?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not going to be good, whatever it is.
He's gonna make life great for the citizens.
yeah. He's gonna. I mean, all his citizens are plants, so it should be fine, right? He's using
Yeah.
that to grow more people.
I
He'll
mean, when have
distribute
our
the wealth.
elected representatives not had our best interests at heart? Never.
Hmm,
He's the mayor.
that's true. He is the mayor. I
He's
do
not allowed to
trust.
do stuff that's bad.
I do trust him in his mayoral capacity. So
Exactly.
I'll do whatever he tells me.
He won an election, we assume. So Mayor Onion tells you to go get fertilizer. You go. Did either of you have any qualms about killing the large pig that explodes into bacon when you kill it, or
That was funny. It exploded into bacon.
Yeah, I was sort of operating under the assumption that like nothing that happens in this game matters. You know, at least for the first half, let's say.
fair? So you complete that task, and the mayor's like, "Nah, there's more. There's more stuff I need you to do. You haven't made up for the tax evasion yet." So he sends you to another house. This one you need to get a stool to get into, and I believe this one gets you in the Forsaken
Yeah.
Farmhouse. What does that one get you?
You get into the ice box with this one.
Ah, the
and
ice box. Right.
I don't know what the item is in here.
I mean, you definitely get hearts.
You get the
Well,
ability to
yeah.
push around watermelon blocks.
Ah,
Mm.
yes, the gloves.
Yeah, the gloves. Um, I like the ice box. There's like a
Mhm.
bunch of plant refugees that are hanging out inside of this freezer to try to get eternal life, basically,
Mhm.
which I enjoyed. Did you like the pickles?
Yeah,
Ice
the
box?
I did like
mafia
the pickles.
pickles.
Can you? I never tried, to be perfectly honest. Is there ever like a jailbreak where the pickles try to escape and you can help them or not?
Oh yeah. I mean, you break them out.
Nice.
And how?
You give them, what is it that they need? They need like a hammer or something so they can break the glass on the jar that they are in. And so you go over to them, and this is gonna spoil a little bit of the later plot. They're like, turnips and pickles don't get along for some reason.
Mm.
Um, but if you help them out of that situation, then they will appreciate it later on. And so you give them the hammer, and then I don't know if they get out right in that moment. Uh, I think you come back and they're gone.
Okay,
So
I did not do that.
you didn't do that.
I kept
I
them in
thought you had
jail.
to. I thought you
You
had to
don't
do
have
that
to.
in order to get the true ending.
I think I got the true ending. I think you just need to
Maybe I
get all
did
of
this and
the
don't
collectible
remember.
Uh
items.
oh.
Yeah,
Uh
we
oh.
should say about Turnip Boy too. Every time he's
Yes.
confronted with a piece of paper,
You
he rips it in half immediately. Doesn't matter
tears
what
it
it
up.
is.
You cannot choose. You have to rip it up in order to
Yep.
get out of the window.
You have two options: read the object or tear it in
Yes.
half. There's no other option.
Which is very funny because sometimes it's like a check and other times it's like a book.
Yep. And sometimes it's like, here's a letter from my father I haven't spoken to
Yeah.
in 40 years. Just rip.
Yeah, sometimes it's a
Turnip Boy
love
doesn't
letter.
Turnip Boy doesn't care about your family reunion.
So
It's
you
so funny.
it is good. It's a good bit every time it happens, and most of the people you tear stuff in front of are not happy about it.
Nope.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
acknowledge that you have harmed them.
Yep. They
Um,
sometimes acknowledge when you kill things in front of them. Like there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a
The snail.
this there's a snail, and this other vegetable guy is like, "Man, Jerry, you gotta pay rent, dude. Like you came in here and you're just like taking up all my house, and then you go in there and you kill Jerry, and you rip up his check in front of the other guy, and then the guy's like, "Why did you do that? He, I, he wasn't. I didn't want you to kill him." And you're like, "I don't care. I'm Turnip Boy.
This is how
Kill
I live.
snails.
I kill snails for a living and tear up tax documents." It's very funny.
Yeah,
There's
that's
another good bit in the freezer too, where you meet a macaroni man, which is already confusing. Like, why does he exist in this world of vegetables? And he just talks about what a badass he is the entire time and how he's gonna mess you up. And I'm like, try it, bro. I'm Turnip Boy.
My name's on the box, my guy.
I already commit tax evasion. You think I'm worried to catch a body?
He doesn't
talks-
try anything.
he talks so much though. It's so many lines of
Oh, it's
dialogue
forever.
about how
Oh.
he's gonna get you.
It's
Now he's
also
a
worth mentioning Turnip
Trained
Boy.
sniper.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is the sniper copy pasta. You know about that, right?
I don't think that he does. I don't think
Enlighten the
he-
listeners, Em.
Okay. For the listeners who may not be aware, this is the let me look up sniper copy pasta. Navy SEAL copy pasta. If you look this up, it will be on Know Your Meme. It goes, it starts, "What the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids on Al Qaeda,
The Navy SEALs.
and I have over 300 confirmed kills." This is a copy pasta that's been going around since 2010. It sometimes it'll just come up again. And they just turned it into the macaroni like version of it for this, which I thought was very funny. So if you know your early 2010s memes, that one's for you. If you don't, it's in there. Trust me on this.
Yeah, that one's good. At the end of that level, you fight a big cat, which I enjoy. A cat apple.
This
That's pretty
was
good.
my
Why is it a
favorite boss
cat
battle.
Why'd
Because it's
you like it?
little girl's cat. So this one, basically the premise is there's like a cat tornado. My understanding is it's a cat with buttered toast on its back.
Mhm.
So a cat would always land on its feet, but buttered toast is always going to land butter down. So this
Yes.
cat's constantly spinning, creating a cat tornado.
Mhm.
Another old school meme.
Yep.
And to fight it, you need to push watermelons into these holes so you can navigate around and then shoot bombs at the cat. And one, I just think it's a very cute cat. But two, I like the sort of, okay, how many watermelons am I going to push in? Well, if I push in more, then I have more mobility, but then I got to spend time doing that instead of shooting the cat with these bombs. It's an interesting sort of little resource dilemma.
Mm.
And it's also fair to say you can just whack things with swords till they die.
Yes.
Though that is harder than doing the puzzles with the bombs. Or it takes longer. I shouldn't say it's harder. It takes longer. You deal less damage that way. I like the Grim Graveyard, where you're dealing with a potato who's just been chomped up a lot. And you are grave robbing, and they're like, well, what sort of graves are these? You know, vegetables don't really die, and it's human skeletons and lots of ghosts hanging out in the Grim Graveyard, so that's fun. And that
The
gets you the
potato-
shovel. Yes?
Yeah, the potato also says you ask him for the shovel, and he's like, I can't give it to you. It's how I make my living. And he's like, but if you help me, I'll give you the shovel. And then a little later on, you're like, basically, okay, well, how do you make your living? And he's like, oh, I grave rob. And he's like, look, I said I used the shovel. I didn't say I did it ethically. That was a good joke.
Uh,
Yeah, that's pretty great. The shovel lets you open up a bunker, which... So you're finding remains of what seems to be humanity. like journals and logs all through your travel through Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. And this bunker appears to be where maybe the last vestiges of humanity are hanging out.
Wait. Do we go to the
Yeah.
bunker first, or do we go to the forest with the goop?
Oh, the forest, right? The forest. We skipped the forest after the farmhouse. Yeah, the forest with the goop. And what happens to the forest with the goop?
So you go into the forest to look for some goop, because the mayor is like, I need this goop for reasons. Uh, and so you go in the forest, and then there is a bunch of radioactive sludge around, and apparently the creatures that are living there have been eating it, and so they are mutating. And you're walking through like barrels that are glowing, and when you pick up the goop, you also start to glow. Um, and it seems as though that maybe will have an effect on you, or maybe not. Who knows? Um, and then you fight a big deer that is
Yeah,
stuck in a barrel.
you fight the deer multiple times. It gets
Yes.
bigger every time. Um, and also, after you defeat the deer and get the goo, you find some acorns that seem to have
Mhm.
just attained sentience,
Yep.
and they're very disoriented.
They have just come to life, and they're learning about stuff like homeownership and property taxes,
Yeah,
which
they,
you promptly destroy.
they don't talk so good.
Yeah,
I
they're
really
learning.
enjoy.
They're babies.
I like the acorn that wants to own property, and I like the
Hmm.
acorn that's like, I'm a carrot now, because the carrots have
Yeah.
accepted me.
That was good.
uh, that's funny. Anyway, then we give the goop to the mayor, and then he's like, "Go check out this bunker."
Yeah, so the bunker, uh, this is where we get the fire, and also as you get closer to canned objects in the bunker, because you now
Oh yeah.
glow, it causes the
Hmm.
canned objects to explode and all of the goods inside to come to life. So there's spam and beans in there that will attack you if you get too close to them.
Yep.
You eventually go into a side room that appears to have like a computer, and I think there's like a puzzle you need to, like a small puzzle you have to do in there. Um, and one of the like, I don't know, closets is glowing as you get closer to
Hmm.
it. At which point, like, it's doing the same thing that the cans do, where it like glows, and then when you get close enough, like, there's a acknowledgement that you have irradiated whatever it is sufficiently, and then the door kind of shuts. Uh, what we do? What we do with our glowing self? What did Turnip Boy do? M.
Did did we irradiate the people that were in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I oh, I thought they were already irradiated.
Nope.
I,
No.
I didn't realize we did it.
Yeah.
We're monsters.
Oh, that's fucked up.
There's
Ugh.
there's two people who are running away, and you like basically are getting war logs of these people who have been living in this bunker for a lot of time, and then you eventually fight a boss fight against an irradiated human that I
Mhm.
believe is the human that you accidentally irradiated.
Seems like it.
Oh, that progressed really quickly. I thought they were already messed up when we got here, because
No.
it is like the bunker is destroyed.
Well, not really, because you open it, and then you are what is irradiating the cans of food and making it come to life.
See, I didn't put that together either.
So
I
yeah, the
thought it was just a natural occurrence in this place.
nah, Turnip Boy running through this bunker seems to have
Oh
irradiated one of
no.
the last surviving humans and then killed them.
Oh God. Oh.
Um,
Well, that's dark.
Accept your crimes, Em.
I accept the tax evasion. I don't accept anything else yet.
so yeah, you kill one of the last living humans, and that's kind of a bummer. But then, so it turns out This is a post-nuclear fallout world that has made the plants come to life with nuclear waste, basically. And Mayor Onion was a member of the mafia with
Mhm.
Turnip Boy's dad. And Mayor Onion has concocted this elaborate scheme to get as many powerful items as he can to take over the world. And so he goes down into your greenhouse. In the basement of Turnip Boy's greenhouse is a mafia hideout with an unexploded nuclear bomb in the basement.
Yeah.
Did any of you hit the bomb?
You can hit it.
You
I
can,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
can
didn't even
hit
know
it.
you could hit it.
I didn't try.
Yeah,
That's
if you hit
very
it a few
funny.
times, you get a game over
Yeah, I bet.
and an achievement.
Oh, you get that achievement if you do the true ending anyway, I think.
Okay, well, hitting the bomb with my shovel a few times did cause the end of the world,
That's so funny.
as we know it. But yeah, as you go down, it turns out your dad was in the mafia, and Mayor Onion murked him
Mhm.
to basically seize control. And then we learn that all of the plants in this game learn how to speak from the tax code, a book on the tax code. And that's why they're so obsessed with home ownership and tax evasion.
Also, Old Man Lemon from the beginning of the game, he was also a hitman for the mafia.
Yep, which is great. And then you get a battle against Mayor Onion, where the first battle is just he kind of has the mechanics of all the other bosses kind of put together. Like he can spit radioactive goo. He can run up and hit you with a fork. Like all the items that you've assembled for him, he has put together. He's bigger. He grew because of the fertilizer. And that fight's pretty straightforward. If you just win that fight and don't get the true ending, you get a delightful little song played about Turnip Boy
Yeah, it's actually a really
over the
good song.
credits. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super great. And what is the true ending?
Okay, so if you have collected and torn up all of the documents that are in the game, uh, the mayor, instead of going down when you beat him, will instead uh, say that he has a secret weapon, and then he will blow up the nuclear device in the basement of this hideout, and it will destroy, I assume, the world and blast you into space. Um, and then the mayor will turn into a god head and will start attacking you, and you have to uh, hit the IRS uh, guys who have been around the mayor since the game started. Um, they like see the error of their ways, and in order to atone for their crimes against humanity, uh, they fight back against the mayor, and you have to use all of your skills in order to hit three of them into the mayor's big head, and then once he is defeated, uh, then I don't, I don't, I don't know if he can fix what he did. Uh, I think you just like win, and I guess float around in space forever. Un- Unclear what the result is for you. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah,
I'd
I
say
will
so.
also
Yeah.
say one of the IRS members does not want to atone for his sins, and you just throw him into Mayor
Oh
Onion
yeah,
anyway.
yep.
Um,
You will make him atone if he will not atone.
and then you get another, true ending, which
Mhm.
unlocks this train.
Yeah,
It's a combat train. Did you did it? It's kind of a combat arena sort of deal.
yeah. So it's kind of like a roguelike mode, where every room is a challenge that you have to defeat all the enemies in. And then after a certain amount of them, you get a boss fight, and then you can get an upgrade at the next uh, car after that. And then it goes for like four bosses, and then you fight the conductor of the train. who is very hard. I beat him after like I think 4 tries. Uh, and then he's like, "You fool! This is the infinite train. You're you, you just have to keep doing this forever." I was like, "Okay, I see the point here." Uh, and I think I went a couple more rooms, and then I was like, "I get the picture. I don't think I need to play this out infinitely." Uh, and there's also a secret boss on the train. Do you know what the secret boss is?
No.
I,
Popo?
before we get there, what's
Okay.
the upgrade? Is it additional hats?
So when you complete, like, you fight a boss, it will drop like some coupons, I guess, and if you get 10 of them, you can get another hat. Uh
Ooh, really?
yeah. Yeah, there's like
Nice. I didn't know that.
yeah, there's a guy selling stuff outside of the train, and he has 3 hats to start. And so you can trade in for additional hats. There's
Are
like
they
a
good hats?
there's like a cowboy hat, there's a nurse's hat, and I forget what the third one is.
Those are pretty good
Um,
hats.
yeah. So, and then once you buy those, I think he has more stuff. Like he replaces the things that you buy with other things. But I didn't play enough to know what those things were. I unlocked one and I don't remember what it was. So yeah. And then there's a secret boss on the train, which is Turnip Boy, except Dark Turnip Boy. It's your dark reflection in
This is a Zelda game.
classic Zelda style. He's like crying blood, I think. Um, yeah, he's like a black version of Turnip Boy, um, crying blood, and he has all of the abilities that you have, and you can just kill him. He's not that hard. Um, it's fine. That's the whole thing. That's
Yeah.
the that's the mode.
I don't
What
remember
else
anybody
do
crying
you?
blood in Zelda.
No, not usually. I mean, you do fight your dark reflection in most of those, but
You do.
you you do not usually have crying blood involved.
No. So, what did you all think of this game overall?
I
I feel
liked
like,
it.
yeah, it doesn't overstay its welcome. I think it gets in, it
Oh.
does some good business, and gets out, and I respect that.
Yeah. hmm
There are also enough bits to carry me through. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
like I think length is definitely a factor here, but it's not like so twee that I got annoyed.
Mhm.
There are some things that are for a specific crowd, I would say. Um, it's 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 fine. Like the macaroni guy who is the Navy SEAL, uh, probably the most meme thing in here. But there's like a TikTok reference also. What do they
Yes.
call it? Flip flop. Yeah, they call their TikTok flip flop. And the kids are doing dances,
But
and
they are.
you're like, "Yep, that sure is a thing that happens out there in the world." This game came out in 2020, so it was probably pretty prescient at that time, I think. Um, I don't know when the high times of TikTok were. That seems like about then, right around when COVID really started kicking up.
Yeah, it's definitely gotta be close.
Yep.
I'm
So
trying to think if there were any like jokes I definitely didn't like.
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, some of them
You
are
know what I
goofy.
yeah.
yeah.
Nothing like egregious, I think.
No,
There's
nothing
nothing
like
like,
reprehensible.
yeah, nothing in bad taste, I would
No.
say. Like, I will say the creator of the game is a trans woman. Shout outs to her. I don't have her name in front of me. Um, but she is mentioned in the game, so I could probably look it up. Uh, is it on here? Hold on. Hold on. Nope,
A very
doesn't say the
nice
name.
A very nice note to the devs' parents and family too.
Oh
at the
yeah,
end.
that was
Mhm.
nice.
That is nice.
hmm
Pete, you said you had a joke that you were saying.
just-
No, I was going to make another joke myself. The moment's passed.
Okay.
sorry, I took it away from you.
No. I think I would have been the only one to laugh anyway. So. that's the
No,
difference.
we're very charitable with laughter. You would get at least a guffaw.
Yeah, maybe the listeners want to hear it.
No, it's fine.
All right.
All
Sorry,
right. Well,
listeners. I tried.
that's Turnip Boy commits tax evasion, which means it is now Pete's turn to pick again.
It is. And I'm picking a game on sale because fiscal responsibility, especially in this moment of tax season, is very important to me. But I think this is one I actually mentioned a while ago, and we ended up picking a different one that was on my list. But it's on sale for 34% off right now. Don't know why they picked that.
Hmm.
But I want to play Death Bulge Battle of the Bands.
Ooh,
Bulge.
Death Bulge, Battle of the
Oh
Bands.
my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's given me vibes almost. I don't know anything about the game beyond like what I've seen very briefly, but it's giving me vibes of what was that like Western one we played?
Oh yeah.
Whereas like the guy always wanted to walk so badly, and now he can.
Oh man,
Oh
let me
god.
find it. Let
What
me
is it
find the.
called?
Yeah,
I can
it's
see
stick
it.
figures. I can see it in my
Yeah,
mind's eye.
exactly.
I can see it in my mind's
West of
eye.
Loathing.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
West of
Yes, it's
Loathing.
giving me West of Loathing vibes, at least from like the initial perusal.
I can see that.
I'm just checking to see what games have they made. Okay, just Death Bulge. Okay, it's not like it's the West of Loathing people.
It's like it makes sense now that you say it.
5 houses. Interesting. All right.
Incredible.
I can just get here's our tag. You play as Faye, Ian, and Briff, a three-piece band of dysfunctional friends who unknowingly stumble into a cursed Battle of the Bands contest, where all entrants can attack with music and must fight to the death.
I love
Kick down
most of those
every
things.
door you come across.
Oh yeah,
This'll be good.
This looks good,
like
and
fun.
it also looks like it might be a I forget what video games have the combat bar. I always remember it as so the Penny Arcade games use this combat system. But yeah, this looks good. I enjoy this. I enjoy this look and feel. Thank you, Pete, for picking this game.
No sweat.
All right. Well, reminder, you can get in touch with the show, deeplistens.libsyn.com. That's our comment sections, and deeplistenspodcast@gmail.com. And you can support the show on patreon.com/deeplistens and rate us or review us on your favorite podcasting device.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Please.
please.
If it's funny and it's 5 stars, I'll read it on the show.
Hey, now we're talking. I might even
Yeah.
leave a review now.
Do it. Get our
thank
numbers
you.
up. Gino also has to do it.
I'll do it. I'll read it. Thank you, Pete.
Yep, always a pleasure.
Thank you, M.
Thank you. Looking forward to this next one. And maybe I will actually do what I said I would do on the Discord and see if we can get an interview with the creator of Turnip Boy in the
Hey.
Would be
future.
cool.
I'm going to
Very cool.
try. We'll see how it turns out.
Who doesn't love turnips?
Mhm.
I mean, if they're cooked right, I guess I'm okay with them. Otherwise, they can be
You
pretty
blew it,
disappointing.
Gino. There goes our interview.
Boo!
Damn it! I'm an
As
idiot.
a
Come on with these-
person.
Not going to come on with these fake fans.
I'm an idiot. Thank you, dear listeners. Till next time, peace.